Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. I'm live. I'm live for. Whoops. I'm live for 1 hour, guys. Answering your questions. Hello, Darren. Get in. Hello, Faz. Just starting the live stream for you guys. It's Monday here in Vancouver. It's a Parents' Day or something. Family Day. Some weird holiday. Come on, get over. Give me light. There you go. That's better. So, I didn't post a video, I think it was like 1 or 2 days ago, because the footage was shit. Because I was filming, oh god, here's what happened. I was filming late at night, and what was it? The room was too dark, and I was filming with this guy. So if you don't know that, I film most of my stuff now using the GoPro Hero 5 session. So this is the guy that I use. So every time I say hello to you guys at the pool or whatever, most of the times it's this guy because it's waterproof. And it's so small and, yeah, not conspicuous like those giant hamburgers on a stick that people carry when they vlog, which I used to do, which is pretty stupid. I had like a T3i Canon DSLR. I hated it because it's just so bulky, and just putting it in my bag and whipping it out and just everyone like looking at me with this giant burger in my hand it was not practical. So this is what I use. So I was filming this and late at night in a room, and that room sucks because the air conditioner is just so loud. That's all I heard coming out from the audio here. And one thing about this guy is it's really good for filming underwater and outdoors if you have light. If you don't have light, if you're in a, for example, nighttime setting, this thing is not good. It's very, very grainy footage. So I was trying to fix the grainy footage and the terrible audio from this guy, and my computer was just like, it was rendering for hours. It was rendering for like, estimated time was 3 hours rendering time. So I was like, fuck it, forget it, scrap it. But if you still want to see the footage, I can post it. It was just me talking about relationships. So people were wondering like, what is a successful relationship? And in my opinion, what I wanted to explain in the video was a successful relationship is dependent on 3 factors: trust, communication, and incentives. That's all you need in a relationship, whether it's a boyfriend and girlfriend relationship, whether it's an employee-employer relationship, whether it's like an owner and a dog relationship. All you need in a relationship is 2 entities together and continuously being together, and yeah, for a long period of time. That's a relationship. So if you have a girlfriend for 5 years, like I did, that's a successful relationship. If you've been in a company for more than like 40 years, like my grandmother, and retired with pension, that's a successful relationship. If you have a dog that you raised from the beginning all the way to now, like my neighbor, he's an old grandfather, and he's got this really old dog. They've been together for years. That's a successful relationship. And that's all determined on trust, communication, and incentives. That's what I was trying to explain in the video. God damn it. Hi, Justin. What is necessary to teach swimming? What is necessary? Okay, this is a good question. Because there's another question that's similar, in my opinion, and that is, what is necessary to teach fitness? And you see like all these YouTubers who teach fitness online, and you see these personal trainers that work offline, that have all these degrees and certificates, which was me actually. I got all these personal trainer certificates I paid lots of money for. It's a waste of money, in my opinion. Same with swimming. I went through the lifeguard swim instructor route. I paid for lots of money for swim instructor courses, lifeguarding courses, and getting all these stupid certificates. And just, was it worth it in the end? No. I could have learned it all I learned it all by myself. I didn't really learn much. If YouTube was present back then when I was a teenager, then I could have learned all this stuff by myself. So that's why you guys are so fortunate to have me now teaching you swimming and like personal like fitness and all that on YouTube. You can learn anything on YouTube nowadays. You don't need to take a course anymore. Courses are just obsolete. You know how much time you waste sitting in a chair just like listening to some guy lecture, and like how much information do you retain? Seriously, come on. When you're sitting there for like 2 to 8 hours straight, and how efficient is it compared to like watching a YouTube video that's like 5 to 10 minutes long, and you digest that information, you watch it again and again and again and again, instead of asking the teacher, could you repeat that, teacher? Teacher, I didn't get it. Can you explain it again, you know? And usually, most of the teachers that I've met in my lifetime, whether it was a guitar teacher, a swim teacher, a fitness teacher, a language teacher, any kind of teacher that I've met, most of them I didn't really like personally. Most of them were not qualified to teach, in my opinion. Personally, most of the professors that I learned from weren't really good at the job. Personally, I mean, again, to be a great teacher, you just need to connect with your student. And you got to know your chops. Okay? So professors, they know their chops. They know they've studied their subject for years, but they don't have a great way of communicating that to other people, cuz they focused all on just the studies aspect. But when they come to a lecture, they just don't know how to present it well. You know? TED Talk people know how to present information well, but most of those TED Talkers, they don't have enough years of experience. They just talk about their whatever episode, the event they experience in front of a live audience, and they're good at the presentation part. So you got to have the balance. You got to know your subject, and you got to know how to present it. And me, I know my subject when it comes to swimming, and I know how to present it when it comes to YouTube or talking about it. So, relating to your question, what do you need to teach swimming? You need to know how to swim really well, and you know how to communicate it really well to the people you're teaching it to, whoever that audience is. I'll give you an example. I took a gymnastics. I was at a gymnastics session, and the instructor, he was a gymnast. He's a really great gymnast. Like, his arms are like Popeye arms. Seriously good. He's very strong. He can do planche and all that. Handstands, no problem. But I was just watching the way he teaches and communicates, and I just didn't like his style. It just wasn't getting through to his students. And his students are just average because they don't have gymnastics backgrounds. So they're just average people. So he can't see that gap. Like, when you're so good at your subject, like a professor or a gymnast, you can't relate to normal people. You can't communicate your ideas to normal people. That's the problem with university. That's the problem with experts, in my opinion. So you don't need to learn from an expert. You just need to learn from someone who knows what he's doing and knows how to communicate that very well. So you do not need to take swimming courses, in my opinion. And a lot of YouTubers, they have a great body, and they know how to communicate fitness to a wide audience. That's why they get millions of views. And behind the scenes, they make a lot of money by teaching online courses or online consulting or helping them offline. Next question. I'm struggling with my breathing while swimming. What do you reckon? Take it slow. Baby steps. You are learning a totally new language for your body when it comes to swimming, and that is being in water. Most of us have never been in water above our heads. No, it takes a totally new skill to learn in order to adapt to that kind of environment. You can't learn in the bathtub. No. You can't learn in the hot tub. You got to learn in the deep end, in the water. Take time. Take a breath. If you see my videos on breathing, it's all very simple. I'm just dunking my head in the water and concentrating on relaxing and breathing as much as possible. Enough air intake, enough air outtake. Comfortably. Breathing on the side. Just check out my videos. It's all there for you, man. Can you do an Avril Lavigne? Oh, fuck Avril Lavigne. I hate Avril Lavigne. She's, the thing about Avril Lavigne is I was there when she debuted in the mainstream. When she debuted many years ago with that song Complicated. And she was on MTV Canada doing interviews. And I knew it back then, and I knew it now, that she's a piece of shit. She is just a machine, part of the machine that these labels pump out. They just take a mediocre musician and they just dump a whole bunch of money onto her to improve her looks. And they hire a songwriting team, give her a band, give her bandmates. They give her a marketing budget and all that. But, I knew it way back. Like, just based on her skills, her interviews, just everything. I knew she was just garbage. And I don't like her music. That's just my personal opinion. If you like Avril Lavigne, that's good for you. But I hate Avril Lavigne. I never liked her music. And you know what? In Korea, they keep playing Skater Girl. That's the only song they know about Avril Lavigne. They just love playing that song. I don't know why. And then when she goes to Korea, they just love her. Seeing her play Skater Girl. And you know what? Avril Lavigne is like the Britney Spears of Canada, in my opinion. I have nothing but bad things to say about her. So, I'm going to the States in 2 days. I have practice tonight and tomorrow. Any tips to get the slightest bit faster? For what? Swimming? If you want to get faster in swimming, and if you don't have a pool, train in the gym, okay? Grab the lat pull down bar and do some lat pull downs. Because when you're doing front row, when you're doing breaststroke, when you're doing butterfly, you're doing this motion. You're pulling down. You're pulling like this. You're using your lats, okay? And the only way to improve that muscle is to just keep doing more of this or do it on dry land doing lat pull downs. And strengthen your core. Do floor planks, okay? Your core is essential to just making you firm when you glide or when you escape the water, when you do butterfly. You need to engage your core, your abs, right here. And you can do floor planks. Put your hands onto the floor like this and lift your legs up, get your butt up, do a plank. Engage your core. If I wear sunscreen, will it make the pool dirty? Yes, it will. Do not wear sunscreen when you're in the water. Rinse that crap off before you enter the water. Same with cologne, same with perfume, same with hairspray, same with wax, same with skin lotion, same with deodorant. All of those chemicals, where do you think they go? They go onto the surface. Just imagine what an oil spill looks like in the ocean. When a tanker goes crack, belly up, all that oil goes to the surface. All those chemicals rise to the surface. And what happens? People like you and me, we breathe in that surface water because we're all swimming. We're doing laps. So that's why I get sick all the time, because people just don't follow the rules. They don't rinse off all that crap before entering the water. It's just unhygienic. Yes, some of your other debris will sink to the bottom. But all those chemicals you're applying onto your body, those topical stuff, it goes to the surface. And it has nowhere to go except float on the surface. For you and I to ingest or to go towards the filters on the sides. But it just takes a long time for it to dissipate to the sides into the filters. Most of it will just remain on the surface of the water if you're there. And then another person gets on into the water and then it just adds to that layer of crap. In my opinion, you personally make me laugh. Thank you. Because they are didactics. Thank you for your answer. You're the best. You're welcome. How do you become a fastest swimmer without flippers? Ugh, flippers. You can go nonstop with flippers. Don't wear flippers. Flippers are like putting rockets onto your car and just driving off into the sunset. The rockets do all the work. By the way, that Tesla Falcon, that was amazing to watch. But yeah, don't use flippers. I've never used flippers. I thought flippers were just like a cheating. I always thought okay. Every time I saw people wear flippers in the pool, yes, they fly like side to side. But the flippers do all the work for them. Yeah, they show off. They look cool. Because you're so much faster than me doing my normal ass front crawls. But again, the flippers do all the work for them. I had coworkers, they all wore wetsuits. You know, whenever they were teaching or got into the water, they wore wetsuits. You know, and they didn't have to work as hard as me to tread water, stay up above the water, or swim while they're teaching or keep warm. I froze my ass off because I didn't have much fat. Did I envy them? No, because I didn't like wetsuits. I thought wetsuits were a cheat. If you want to go surfing, yeah, wear a wetsuit for protection. But wetsuits for swimming, flippers for swimming, no. Unless you're doing it for outdoor recreation. You don't need to do that. You need to use your body to do the work in order to lose weight or get fit. That's the purpose of why I swim, to get fit. Not to just let my wetsuit or my flippers do all the work. Then why would I be in the water? There's no benefit for me. Unless there were like beautiful tropical fish down in my pool that I can go discover and say hello to. But no, that's not the case. There was this company, this Chinese company that wanted me to advertise their snorkel mask. So they sent me a pair of this snorkel mask that they wanted me to help promote. And like, can you sell it for us? Can you help us like for free? I'm like, no, I don't help anyone for free. So can you make us lots of money for free? Yeah. No thanks. And I tried the snorkel mask on and I thought, this is pretty stupid. This will not help me with my swimming. This will help me cheat in swimming. Because when I wore that snorkel mask, you've probably seen people at your local pool wear the snorkel mask. Casey Neistat wore this one as well in his recent videos. But you wear the snorkel mask and the breather is up here. So all you can do, you can swim front crawl and breaststroke like this. And you don't have to bring your head up anymore. You can just look down at the bottom. Wow, that's great. I can do this forever. But again, it's cheating. I'm not really... It's the mask that does all the work. If you go to the gym and you use machines that do the work for you, what's the point? You know the most popular place in my gym is, where most people are concentrated, is the cardio section. And the cardio section is full of these giant expensive machines that people get on, and the machines do all the work for them. For me, if I want to run, I don't want to run on a treadmill like a hamster wheel. I want to run on pavement, and I want to run like the wind, and I want to feel the wind against my skin. That's the whole purpose of a workout. Your body does the work, not the machine, not the swim mask, not the flippers, not the wetsuit. You When do you know it's the right time to buy a swim cap? I like my hair isn't long enough to be annoying. Okay, if your hair's not annoying, then you don't need a swim cap. If you're a guy, you don't need a swim cap if you have short hair. I have long bangs, as you can see, and if I want that edge, then I wear a wetsuit. I mean, not wetsuit. What am I talking about? A swim cap. Okay, so, how can I describe it? When you wear a swim cap, it's like the nose of a plane. You know that nose thing in the front of the plane, and it just disperses that wind resistance equally, so it doesn't get in your face. If you don't have the swim cap on, you're gonna feel more resistance hitting your head because you don't have that rubber cap on top. So, for hydrodynamic purposes, if you want to swim faster, wear a swim cap. There are some students that don't want to wear goggles. I don't know why. Goggles are like it's like putting a windshield on your car. You need to drive with a windshield when you're driving really fast. How can you drive without a windshield? The wind's blowing in your face. I don't get it. And all that crap in your eyes and all that. Have you ever swam without goggles? I haven't. It's impossible for me because of the chlorine. Once that chlorine touches my eyeballs turn red from the chemicals. And you know what? Chlorine powder, when it dries off, it's a son of a bitch. My God, it's like glue onto your eyeballs. You don't want that feeling. Trust me, you do not. It's painful. Just remember, I swam without goggles once. It was not fun. So I was talking about relationships. If you want a successful relationship, you need trust, communication, and incentives. So when you're in a relationship with a girl or a guy, first thing you need is trust. Okay, trust is like complete honesty. Like you know, Korean girls, they don't trust their guys. I don't know why. They just don't. And Korean guys don't trust their girls. It's just so exhausting when I see it. Like, if you don't believe me, just watch Korean dramas. Like, Jesus Christ. Why are Korean dramas so popular? Because they reflect real life in Korea. Korean couples laugh at that stuff because they can relate to it, because they experience that shit. It's just not necessary. You know, like, Korean girlfriends grabbing their boyfriends' phones and checking their messages, like seeing if any girls message them or they message girls. And then guys going behind their girlfriend's back by carrying another smartphone and putting it in a locker and then contacting their mistresses and massage girls on the sides. I mean, I've seen all of this bullshit when it comes to trust, you know? And whenever I'm in a relationship with a girlfriend, I leave her shit onto herself. I don't get in her way. I don't spy on her stuff. I don't grab her phone. Whoever she talks to, guy or girl, that's up to her. Because I trust her. Because she's with me. At the end of the day, she's in bed with me. So why would I care if some guys are hitting on her? Or if she's talking to another guy? Why should she care if I'm talking to another girl? I shouldn't be sweating bullets if I'm talking to another girl when I have a girlfriend. That's just... But Korean girls, they do that. They do that. They just so much mistrust. Ugh. It's just... You know, if you've never been in a relationship with a Korean girlfriend, you don't know what I'm talking about. But if you have for a long term, I'm talking about like more than 1 year with a Korean girlfriend, you know what I'm talking about. There's got to be trust. You can't work for a company and just keep working for them if they don't pay you on time, or if they cut you out of your benefits, or you know, they fire you abruptly. That's not trust. And you can't trust an employee that steals from you, that doesn't show up on time, that doesn't do what he or she is paid to do. That's, again, the trust is broken. Once it's broken, you can never get it back. You just gotta let that person go and move on. That's why you never take your ex back. I learned that the hard way. I did. My ex-girlfriend cheated on me. I took her back. That was a big mistake because that trust was broken. And then what happened after? It was not pretty. It was a shit show. I should never have taken her back. And yeah, it was not fun. What do you like to eat after swimming? Whatever I want. I eat whatever I want. And when you swim for a long time, you get really, really, really hungry. And you just eat whatever you want. Some people, before they go to workout, they drink pre-workout, they drink Gatorade, they eat a banana, they eat an apple for that sugar. Yeah. Eat a banana, eat an apple before you swim if you want. Or swim on an empty stomach if you want. Me, I like, before I go work out in the gym or swimming, I eat a banana or I drink like Gatorade mixed with pre-workout. And that stuff gives me a kick before I swim because I can't really swim without any sugar in me or work out without some stimulant in my body, you know? That's hard for me. It just takes a long time for me to start up. Like an engine that's been stuck in the winter cold outside for days. And you know, it's really hard to start that up. How do you practice if you don't go often to a pool? I work out in the gym. Gym, you can go anytime, day or night. It's indoors. It's heated. It's cooled. So, this body that you see right now wasn't a result of just swimming. No, I do calisthenics. I do weight training. Yeah. I do gymnastics. Mix it up. You don't have to always swim. Now, I don't believe in one sport like some people do. Like, some competitive swimmers, they don't like going to the gym. They look down at the gym. They say, oh, look at all those giant gorillas. I don't want to be like them. I'm a competitive swimmer. I'm like, so what? You don't have to be like them. Everybody's different in the gym. You don't have to be a juice monkey in order to work out in the gym. That's just one type of like fitness. One type that's very popular is, yeah, big muscular gorilla. And we all have Arnold Schwarzenegger to thank for that. But there are powerlifters in the gym, I've seen. There are calisthenics people in the gym. There are track and field people in the gym. There are competitive swimmers in the gym. There are fat people in the gym that are trying to lose weight. By the way, a lot of them have dropped off recently because their New Year's resolution started and then they gave up after a month. That's so funny and so typical. I don't know why. But like the pattern is like January, crowded in the gym. February, it starts to die off. In February, yeah, I noticed like a lot of people have dropped off. It's a lot quieter in my gym now. And that's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know. It's just people don't have a long-term plan. Like I said, whether you want to lose weight, you want to learn how to swim, you want to learn how to play guitar, you got to set like a 2-year goal. You got to put in your 10,000 hours. You can't expect to lose weight in 1 month. You can't expect to swim miraculously in 1 month. No, you just got to like go to the gym, go to the pool 5 days a week, spend 1 hour a day. Just do the work. Put your head down and do the work. Just shut up and do the work. You know, that's the problem these days. We have so much information. Like, all the information's there. Like, it's just a wealth of information. Online, on YouTube, you can learn anything you want. It's all there. Seriously, you can just I spend hours and hours learning stuff that I couldn't learn years ago because YouTube wasn't available. You know, I would have to go to the library. That's what I would do. I would go to the library and I would read and take out books on subjects that I wanted to learn, like weight training. Like, there was no YouTube videos back then for me to learn how to weight train. I had to take out Arnold Schwarzenegger books. Like, there was no internet back then or smartphone technology. I didn't even have a phone back then. Like, I didn't even have a flip phone. It took me. I had the first flip phone when I was in Korea because everyone was using flip phones. I don't know why. Like, you gotta get a flip phone, Justin. You're in Korea now. Like, okay, whatever. It's like I can just use a telephone. But yeah, times have changed. But yeah, I would spend hours going to my library, and I would take out 20 CDs. And that was the only way I can study music, because we didn't have YouTube. We didn't have MP3s. We didn't have file sharing. I had to go to the library and take out 20 CDs per visit, because that was the maximum allowment for me. So one library card, you're allowed a maximum of 20 CDs to take out. So I would take out 20 CDs, take them home, and I would listen to them one by one in my CD player. Just study music, study their songs. And like, this song's garbage. Next, skip. Oh, this song's pretty good. Skip. All that, right? That's how I would learn music. And I would use a tape player to record the songs that I like. And then I would take that recording and I would put it in my Walkman. And I would learn how to make music, play songs. That's how I learned. Not YouTube, no musician, no online courses like juicyguitar.com. Oh, by the way, shameless plug, juicyguitar.com to learn guitar. Sign up now and learn guitar from me. But yeah, we didn't have any of that. And if you ask all these great guitarists, how did they learn? Like, they did the same thing I did. They played tapes back over and over again. They just spent hours and hours. So what I'm saying is, right now we have a wealth of information online. We have, no doubt, enough information. It's like a buffet of things to learn. But the problem now is people that do the work. We're spending too much time watching passively, learning passively. Not enough of us are doing it actively, is what I'm saying. And that has to do with information overload. That has to do with just the fear of making mistakes. You know how many people in the gym I taught how to do muscle-ups and handstands? Like, what I do is, like, when I do muscle-ups and handstands in my gym, people come up to me of all kinds of backgrounds, and they say, how did you do that? I'm like, and they say, geez, I would like to learn how to do that. And I said, let's do it. Let's learn it right now. I can teach you right now. It's like, oh, I can never do it. It's like, well, have you tried? It's like, oh, I don't want to embarrass myself in front of everyone in this gym. Nobody gives a fuck what we're doing in the gym. Everyone's so focused on themselves. Everybody thinks that people are watching them constantly. But that's not true. It's the complete opposite. People are so fixated on themselves, their own problems throughout the day, that people don't have time to think about you. Think about that, right? No matter what you do in life, no matter how shocking it would be if you like ran naked on the streets in public, people would think about it, but they would forget it after a few seconds because they're so fixated on their own problems. You know, every time I see a scandal, I look back and think, how many seconds did I spend thinking about it? And then how much time do I spend fixated on myself and my own thoughts and my own problems? Like 99.99% I'm thinking about myself all the time. But there you go, right? So that's what I'm saying. You need to make mistakes, make a fool out of yourself. Before you could become the master, you have to become the fool. All right? So that saying is, in order to become really great at something, you gotta suck at first. And we all sucked in the beginning. And it's just laugh it off. Get rid of that pride. How often do you have to swim to lose weight? That question is irrelevant because what you should be doing is just focusing on your workouts. That's it. When I work out in the gym, I don't think about how many reps I need to do, how many sets I need to do, how much time I need to spend per set. Some guys, they have a piece of paper, like a workout, like, oh my God, look at this newbie, he's got a workout routine. No, when I enter the gym, I am in the present. I don't think about the future, I don't think about the past, I think about now. And when I'm in the present, I am totally there. So everybody in the gym always asks me, what are you working on today? I'm like, I don't come prepared. I just do a jam session. What are you playing, Justin? I don't know. I just put my hands onto the guitar and I just play. That's being in the now. Now. So every time I go to the gym, if I see something available, I'll use it. If it's occupied, then am I gonna line up, be the second guy, the third guy, fourth guy in line? No, that's pretty stupid, in my opinion. And why would I have to oh, it's my back day. I have to only do back workouts today. No, you don't. If you're a bodybuilder, yeah. If you're training for mass, yeah. I'm not training for size. No, I can do a complete full body workout in each session. And that's fine. I can do legs, back, shoulders, chest in one workout session and not know it. It just depends on how I feel. Have you tried diving? Yes, I have. Diving is really, really useless. Because every time I see somebody do a front dive into the water, I cringe. Because I imagine there's rocks at the bottom. You'll know this if you're a lifeguard. You will understand what I'm talking about when you're a lifeguard. Every time you see somebody do a front dive with their head facing down, you know that there's a 50% chance that guy will not make it. And he will just shatter his spinal cord and become a paraplegic for life because of that one dive that he didn't have to take. So I always enter the water feet first. No matter where I am, whether I'm in the ocean, in the pool, beach, whatever, feet first is the safest way, because when you enter the water, boom, you see the water. You see the water. When you do head first, it's a complete blind move. You just trust that you will nail it, you can pull up. There are no sharp rocks at the bottom, or there's a shallow floor. Again, there's just so many variables when you do a head first dive. It's just not worth it. Worst case scenario, you just destroy your spinal cord from diving. Do you really want to risk that? I don't know why. I don't know why people do that. So, enter the water feet first. You see rescuers in the ocean? They enter feet first in order to save somebody. Like I said, so they can see where they're going. When you head first dive, it looks cool. It's like you're showing up. But then it's a completely blind move. So, be very careful when you dive, because I might be the one pulling you out and picking up the remains of your spinal cord at the same time. And that's not a pretty picture. So, I'm going to end this stream because I have to go. But I hope you enjoy your day. It's a very sunny day here in Vancouver. And save your questions for next time. I will try to make a video with this goddamn GoPro in the daytime with sunshine, if I can. So, stay tuned for that. I'll talk to you later. And thanks for subscribing, by the way, to 22,000. We made it, buddy. So, let's go for 23, okay?